We've got a whole bunch of this. We've got some more of this. We also have this. We have this guy asking, while we have these guys firing these. We run the risk of this. Right? So we've got problems, right? Now, they tell us to keep our eye right here, right? Keep our eyes right here. Don't look here. And don't look here. And if you do look here, this is his fault, right? Even if this breaks out, it's this guy's fault. Now, this couldn't possibly be because of this. No, that's what the president told us. And this couldn't possibly be because of this. You see, not at all. Not at all. Now, the more and more I look, this is beginning to look kind of like this. And if you haven't, do that. And it seems as if they're pushing all of it to foment as much of this as possible. Now, to add more of this and probably going to add a lot more of everything else, we've got on our screen right here, Saudi Arabia considers accepting the yuan instead of dollars for Chinese oil. Now, that's a start, right? And again, what's that going to do? Going to foment this, and it's going to foment that, because that's going to happen. And naturally, if that happens, the government's going to do more of this, which in turn is going to cause more of this, which our president says is because of him. Okay. Now, we know we're OTC trade, we're traders. We know what happens when a company dilutes, right? You have less of what you own. There's more shares in the market. Now, we're not stupid to listen to this guy talk to us like third graders and tell us that that's not why. That's actually this is from our leadership. Our leadership, guys. It's all his fault. It's not because of this. Let that sink in, what they're telling you and how stupid they think you are. Okay? Now, we talked about this last week, a week ago today, right? We talked about this, right? We said, what is fear? We talked about that. Fear is an anxiety that happens naturally when we perceive something as a threat, and our brains respond by going into a flight or fight mode. Our brains are now primed and pumped, ready to respond with action, anticipating an emergency. When we're dealing with this, blood flows from the thinking and reasoning areas of the brain to the impulse or reaction parts of the brain. Now, that's not a good thing when we're trading, right? So we want to eliminate that. What must we do? We must behave like professionals under any and all circumstances. We need to identify opportunities and capitalize on these opportunities. Now, I'm sure I don't have to reiterate. Commodities are going to go through the roof, as they are going through the roof. Oil, gas, nickel, lithium, gold, silver, and all other commodities, wheats, things of that nature, food. We will see soaring prices on hard assets. We also need to take a look at the cybersecurity sector. Plays that are in cybersecurity should definitely be on your radar. I believe Bitcoin plays as well. Short term, I much prefer gold and silver over Bitcoin. But right now, I think Bitcoin is a little bit of a safe haven until they find a way to try to manipulate that or create a competing digital currency for that. That is on its way. Now, the EV sector as a whole, from domestic manufacturers, parts makers, essential mineral miners, battery makers, battery storage, with this White House pushing for EVs and pushing for clean energy plays and EVs, the whole sector should be on your list. Now, we won't segue into the EV play. We're going to start on a couple plays we are looking at as far as the OTC. First play I'm looking at in the OTC, DUTV. This one right here is at 0.0089 right now. We've had some contact from the CEO, and he's come out with a list of tweets. And even says here, additionally, I am the founder, chairman, owner, and the CEO of companies of Easy Automation, Inc., Easy Energy Systems, and Easy Energy Finance. My plan is to bring a number of disruptive companies and technologies all under the DUTV publicly traded company. So I would imagine he's bringing these in. Easy Automation, and Easy Energy Systems. Those are, I believe that has even to do with agricultural as well, too. So that could get a boost. And the Easy Energy Finance, he has a token. And, I need to get a little more into that Easy Energy Finance. But regardless, we're getting news here. Good share structure. We've got news from the CEO. I would imagine that news is coming. So this is definitely a play that I like going further, going into the rest of the week. In fact, as we speak, someone just slapped 100,000 at 89. Hopefully we can break this 90 area and get to moving. Another play I like, we should have some news coming up. INTK, nice buy zone in my opinion. Let me minimize my face here. INTK has pulled back into the 2.6 area. And as you can see, right here at a nice support area, about 2.5. So I anticipate with news and some volume, this one could easily test these highs of 5. So you almost got a 100% gainer right there if that's the case. So I really like INTK. Another one I'm really, really high on, and we've talked about this, is Cyberlux. We've got some news coming up with these guys. Up a little bit today on about 12.3 million of volume so far. Day's not over. Had a nice rebound from hitting those lows of the 120s, hitting low ones the other day. This one's choppy. So, I mean, this is something you can definitely trade in this channel till it breaks out or until we get news. But I think we have pretty much found a base here and are working off those low ones as a base. Someone's slapping some more, 300,000, 400,000 of these DUTV. I'm in pretty good with DUTV. I like this one. Now, like CYBL, INTK. Another couple ones that I'm going to be looking at. I've already given you this one for a cybersecurity play. Again, not a huge fan of it. I mean, this thing's pulled back, beaten up, down 20-some-odd%. VISM Technologies, I don't think at this level is too bad of a buy here. Not a long-term hold, definitely for me. But something that could be a sympathy for cybersecurity. So you want to catch this one low 20s, get out in the low to mid 30s, and you're ripping 40%, 30% gains. 30% gains like nothing. And it's still high volume, very a lot of liquidity, so you can get in and out with decent size. Yes, sir. Someone's buying up these DUTV now. Looks like we might be able to have a break. A couple more I want you to take a look at. One of my favorite OTCs is American Battery Metals, OTCQB, under $1. And I think this one could be getting a big boost with the EV sector getting a boost. So keep an eye on this one, and another one if you're looking for lithium, another QB play, very low volume, so you want to keep an eye on this one. But Lithium Corporation, and you can see, I mean, this one's traded up as high as 65 cents this year, so that's another one to take a look at. Now let's take a look at some NASDAQ plays. Here's one that I really like, and let me get myself out of here for a second. And this one right here, Target Hospitality. This one's up huge over the last few days, from the low 3s all the way up to almost 6. What I'm anticipating here is a morning panic dip buy opportunity. What I'd be looking for is either tomorrow or the following day for this thing to crack heavy on the open. And I'd be looking for about a 450, 425, 450 entry. And I'd be looking to get out probably close to about 550. I mean, this thing could come all the way back, but this one is oil and gas and equipment and services play, and has been up huge over the last few days. So I'd be waiting for a crack in this one, and a lot of selling, preferably early in the day, first half hour, first 45 minutes of the into the open, and I'd like to catch this thing right around this 450 area. We're gonna take a look at one of our old favorites. This is a mining play, Westwater Resources. Pretty much bottomed out here. It's down here at $1.66. No, we do not want your products at this very moment. Yeah, I mean, this thing has been known to move. It's got a decent float, so I'd catch for a push in some of these alt energy mining plays, and once this one starts getting a little bit of that action, I think we can easily get to this $2.50, $3 area possibly in Westwater Resources. And last but not least, one of my favorite little EV plays, and this one has a lot of room to run here, and this is MULN Automotive. These things been getting massive volume, and this thing is one of the top. This could become a meme stock if you ask me. So, and yes, we go. Here we go. So I'm buying coming into DUTV. I want to see this thing break a penny today, but yeah, really like this one. This one could be a play that you can hang on for the next few months, even trade it in and out and make some profits. But this is one I definitely can see hitting $5-6, over the next few months. So you want to keep an eye on MULN, some good research. Go over to see Moon Market, his channel. He's been talking about this one for a while. A lot of guys are talking about this. Go on Twitter. You can see everybody talking about this one. Really like MULN here. But remember, guys, we've got a situation here like never before, right? No BS aside, right? We ain't going to try to, sugarcoat nothing. And we got this. This is serious. This is very, very serious. Don't let these fools in Washington lie to you, but don't also let this creep into your head, because, one important thing is we know we will hear wars, and we will hear of wars and rumors of wars. Let not your heart be troubled, for these things must come to pass. They must happen, fellas. Ladies and gentlemen, they must happen. And yes, this is going to get way worse, unfortunately, right? The only way to defeat this is get some food, store away a little bit of food and water, and try to pay down a little bit of debt, and just make sure your family's fed, because this is only going to get worse. This is the cause of it right here, and don't let anyone tell you it's not. This is the cause of it, 100%. When you take a look around and you know that 80%, and now after this bill it's going to be more than that, 80% of our dollar in circulation has been printed in the last 2 years, guys. In the last 2 years. Now, you know darn well if an OTC company had 1 billion shares and they dumped 800 million on your head, no, way more than that. What the heck am I talking about? If you let me do my math a little better than that. If you had 20 million shares of something, and all of a sudden now you've got 100 million shares, you know you've been diluted on. You know you've got dumped on. Well, that's what's happened here with, and this is why these countries are talking. Because pretty soon, this is all the dollar's going to be worth. Piece of paper, fiat currency. Buy silver, buy gold, my friends. Solid assets. And let not your heart be troubled. Let's get that money.